She texting all of her friends, like look at the whip the weed in. We coolin' for the weekend, drop the top and then we out. We do this every season. Sunshades on a sunny day, doing 80 and we switching lanes. Just keep it cool and chillin' with the babe. Don't call my phone, I hear what you say, or what you say. We ain't gotta keep this on the low. Don't do it fast, we can take it slow. Show you things that you ain't seen before. Before you go, you ought to know. I won't be catching.
Hi guys, what's up? It's your boy Trix. Today we're going to be doing some Spark. So I'm cutting the play framework tutorials a bit short, just because the last couple of ones for play aren't actually like full-blown tutorials. They're more like what's the word? It's not a tutorial, it's like a blog post kind of oh, this is something that one of the people who use play have found and it's been endorsed by the play team, I'm guessing. But it isn't a full-blown tutorial like start to finish. It's just, hey, here's something you can do, and it doesn't have like the whole code that you should be going through. It just says, oh, you can have a custom invitation here and stuff like that. It's still useful, it's just not that useful for me if I don't actually have a project to hook it into, right? So we're going to be doing some Spark and we'll see how we get on. The weird thing about this is you're supposed to go through this you're supposed to go through this bottom to top. So your setup is right down here with like setting up in Gradle or Maven. I'm using Gradle because I can't be asked to use Maven. And you're just supposed to go up. So we're going to do Spark for REST APIs using Spark, Lombok, and Jackson to reduce Java boilerplate afterwards. But we're first going to set up this project because I've never used Spark before. Sorry, that's going to happen in a while. Just for an update of where we are, we have currently finished, well, from learning the fundamentals and getting deeper is all just covered in university. Build tools, I've done Gradle, and I've touched on Maven just because of all of the tutorials I've gone through while doing the web frameworks. And for web frameworks, we've done Spring, Spring Boot, and Play currently. So next on, we're going to be doing Spark, and then once we have finished all of the Spark tutorials that are here, we'll be moving on. In terms of where I am for the backend roadmap, I have done internet because that's covered in university. Learning a language. I'm not going to count Rust just because I feel like because I'm making the game, it's not currently, oh, I know everything, and I'm not going to know everything about Java either or any of these languages, but I don't feel confident enough that I can just hack on Rust without having to Google something, whereas in Java I feel like I could. Go probably couldn't hack on it without looking up documentation first. Same with most of these languages besides Python. So I'm planning to do Java first, and then so I'm gonna complete Java, then just continue on with the roadmap. And then once I finish with Java, once I finish Java and finish this roadmap and done the DevOps roadmap, which is all of this, I should touch on languages again. So this has either Go or Python, Ruby, JavaScript or Rust. From what I can see, the one for Rust doesn't actually have like learn Rust in 4 days, Microsoft Learn course. It's probably a bit better actually. Hang on, I just want to look at what these look like. Just wondering what those. That looks okay. And then Microsoft have their version, which is 5 hours. I could do. I'm just thinking maybe I could just for each one, if it has like a learning thing, I'll just go through it. So, for instance, Rust in the backend one, when my internet decides to load it, doesn't have those learning tools. It just has like the Rust book and Rust by example, where Rust by example is okay. I want to say it's okay, but I don't particularly like it just because like it's just the example of what the code does, which is fair, but this is basically the same thing, right? Like the exercises I haven't seen yet. And what's the exercises look like? Okay. Actually, that I don't think is covered in Rust by example. Yeah, actually, I might do the Rust one. Yeah. Yeah. So after we finished all of Java, we will go through the backend one and do all the languages on the backend one. I'm probably going to do Rust and then whatever language is next on the in the Stack Overflow. What's it called? The Stack Overflow survey for the most popular languages that developers like using, or the most in demand ones, depending on how I'm feeling. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be alright. JavaScript. I just want to see what they have. Yeah, they have a dedicated JavaScript one as well. Python. They have one for Python as well. Yeah. Do they have one for Ruby? No. They have a Learn Ruby in 20 minutes though. And then PHP. I think they have one for PHP. No. But they do have some resources. Yeah, I could do that. It just depends on where I see myself when I finish the Java one, because the Java one, I still have a fair few bit to go. ORMs I need to do. I haven't used any of these. I haven't used that. I've used Log4j and SLF4j. I've used Mockito. Haven't used these. I've used JUnit, but I haven't used these. Actually, I've used JMeter kind of. But yeah, once I've finished the majority of this, if it's like Ant or something, or like one I just physically can't find a tutorial for, there is this, but it's not actually from Apache Ant, so I'm not going to count it. But if there isn't one that I can find a good tutorial for, I just won't cover it. So that's fair warning to everybody that wants me to cover everything. But yeah, I still find it weird that they don't link to the Spring Boot one from this Spring Boot one, which is like, okay, because they have the Spring Boot roadmap, but they don't link to it here. So this isn't done. This is pending. Mark is pending. What does mark is pending do? Does it just undoes it? Okay, fair enough. Anyway, we're getting there. So today we're going to be covering Spark Java and setting up the Gradle project. So if I open up IntelliJ, it's going to take a while. while that's opening. Just gonna check something on my phone. I wonder, does that exist on here? Of course it doesn't. So, if I chuck this over here, obviously puts it in the wrong place, doesn't it? There. So, we want a new project, which is going to be Spark REST API probably. New project. Java. Let's go with the Gradle. That's fine. Groovy. Yeah, it can be a Git repo. What else? Java, Gradle, Groovy. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how that goes. Yes, alright. I'll just see how we get on. Sometimes IntelliJ can suck so bad, man. Which Gradle version does it need? 7.6. Where is it? Ah, I can tell. So I've got some depths. There we are. That should load up the... Services, okay. Gradle 7.6. That's it. I could just do 7.6 and just like YOLO it downloading properly. Oh yeah, I could do 8.1. Let's see what that does. Sorry about that, guys. Where's that? Oh, it's just in the wrap up. That's fine. Yep. Um. Let's see why. It's painful because I remember different keybinds, but because I don't have the Vim keybinds enabled in IntelliJ, I keep like doing escape, insert, and like switching between the Vim modes, and it just doesn't work, obviously. Oh no. There we go. So inside main, I just need to chuck this in. Let me. No. There we go. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. Again, probably sounded like a massive swig. What's wrong with this? Okay. Run. I'm expecting some type of useful output here to tell me like a port number. 4567. Ooh. Oh. There we go. Cool. Now we're gonna do this one. So, recently I have been writing a RESTful service using Spark web framework for Java, which is not related to Apache Spark. When we planned to write this, I was ready to the unavoidable Java-esque avalanche of interfaces, boilerplate code, and deep hierarchies. I was very surprised to find out that an alternative world exists also for the developers confined to Java. In this post, we are going to see how to build a RESTful application for a blog using JSON to transfer data. We will see how to create a simple hello world in Spark, how to specify the layout of the JSON object specified in the request, how to send a post request to create a new new post, and how to send a get request to retrieve the list of posts. We are not going to see how to insert this data in a DB. We will keep this in memory. In my real service, I have been using SQL 2.0. Okay. Few dependencies. Okay, so we need a blog service. So let me just make a new class called blog service. Honestly, it's add pain. Is it Control L? There we are. We will use Maven, so I'll start by creating a new pump in basics. Okay, so to do this in here, this is going to test my knowledge on implementing this. 4.1.2 for JUnit. That's fine. Then Spark with 2.1, I'm using 2.3, that's fine. Then we've got implementation with com.faster xml.jackson.core. And then we've got Jackson core, and then we've got I'll just use the latest data build. Then we've got implementation with com.faster xml.jack Jackson core, Jackson data bind, and then we're using 2. Ooh, that's not what I want. Jackson dash data bind. Then let's just use the same com dot we're gonna use lombok now. Org dot project lombok use data stable implementation org dot sql2 SQL 1.6. What else we got? Jesus Christ, we got quite a few things, don't we? We've got org.postgresql PostgreSQL, and then the latest one, implementation com.google.guava. We need guava, and we'll use JRE. We use org.easymock 3.2. com.google.co.json 2.10.1. That's fine. Then we've got build. That looks fine. That's just a normal build. Yeah, this is JSON. JSON is just a JSON parser, by the way. You could just use a record. Yeah, this is just a data annotation. I'm guessing this inside our blog service. Let me just whip this. Hang on. Let me delete this main class. Okay, so now that I've done that and I've fixed up some things, we can now start refactoring this into separate classes. So if I make an interface class, I want an interface called validable. Validable. Cool. Let me just nick this. I probably set this final, can't I? Yeah. Can't. Damn. Cool. In here, That's a static class called. How many times is this used? Oh, fudge. 1. 2. If it's public, I swear I could just Java class. Hang on. Why is it a static class inside of a class? What is this? Okay, let me just start adding finals everywhere and seeing what breaks. Okay, so that's fine. Public. Okay. Because everything that I declare final can pretty much go into its own file. That's my one main. Okay. Okay. So this post class can go in its own file. So I can make a Java class called post. Post. There we are. Don't ask again. Just click add. What? It's my watch telling me to get up. Let me just copy this. Actually, I can just Control X now. Check this into here. There we go. And then over here, that's fine. Then I have this model class, which can go in its own file. New Java class model. Let me see if I make a new post payload class. No, it's static, so it can't go in a different class. I don't even think this is necessary. Okay. Okay, cool. So if I run this, let's have a look. I'm wondering. Build. Oh, I'm gonna have to settings. Build, execution, deployment, compiler, annotation processes, enable annotation processes. Let's try this again. Why isn't that working? Don't you build it? Build project. Settings. Let me check if lombok. I need lombok. Lombok. Yeah, it looks like it's done. Let's try this again. Unless, I'm wondering, is this necessary? It's in here. So, no, I'll just grab all of this again. Maybe me putting in a separate file is what's causing the issue. No, let's try this. No, still. Okay, if I... No? Interesting. Why is it not working? I wonder why this isn't working. If I go to terminal and do a Gradle W build, maybe. Build failed. So I can't find this very... This is probably because I'm using a different version. Most likely because I'm using a different version. Anyway. Next time we are going to... am I going to worry about... Yeah, it'll be interesting. Next time we'll do the doctor tutorial. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.